Hey everyone, and welcome. In this visual analysis, we're zeroing in on a concept that absolutely has the power to transform how your product and engineering teams work together. Look, historically, GitHub has been treated kind of like a dark basement, right? A totally exclusive territory just for software engineers. But today, our goal is to pull GitHub out of that basement and turn it into the central nervous system for your entire organization. We're talking about converting it into a platform where multidisciplinary teams, everybody from UX designers to product managers, can collaborate transparently and in real time. All right, let's jump right in.
To kick things off, we really need to shift our mindset. Software development is not just typing lines of code. It's actually a complex socio-technical phenomenon. Human, organizational, and technological dimensions are completely tangled up together. The reason so many tools fail isn't the tech itself, it's how the tech is taught. We have to move away from forcing rote memorization and start embracing a visual, genuinely cooperative workflow.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We'll briefly hit the socio-technical challenge, a fun restaurant analogy, connected planning, dynamic Kanban boards, real-time automation, and finally, eliminating silos. Now, while we're starting with the foundational stuff, our absolute main destination today is Module 4. That is where we're going to unlock the magic of dynamic planning and real-time automations that will literally save your team hundreds of hours.
Section 1, the socio-technical challenge, bridging that notorious gap between tech and product. You know, our first massive hurdle is the huge knowledge asymmetry that pops up when we drop a platform like GitHub into the laps of non-technical folks. PMs and business analysts usually feel completely alienated. Why? Because we traditionally use what educator Paulo Freire called banking education. We try to just deposit complex terminal commands into people's heads. It doesn't work. The alternative? Liberating education. Before anyone touches a command line, we sit down, we use dialogue, we visually map workflows with a pen and paper. We don't want to make everyone a coder, we just want to empower them to critically understand the process.
Moving to Section 2, the restaurant analogy. Demystifying version control. Before we can even talk about agile governance, we need a shared vocabulary.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how dry, abstract Git concepts map perfectly to a professional kitchen. Think of your repository as the restaurant's official recipe book. A branch? That's just your pastry chef testing out a new vegan dessert on a piece of scratch paper, completely safe from messing up the main menu. A pull request is simply the moment they present that draft to the head chef for a taste test. And a merge? That's literally just pasting that approved recipe into the official book. Suddenly, version control makes total sense to everyone in the room.
Section 3, connected planning in GitHub. This is the core of Module 4, where we elevate the team's cognitive level all the way up to create based on Bloom's taxonomy.
Let's define connected planning clearly. It is the practice of rigorously aligning your business goals with your technical progress inside one single organic ecosystem. In this case, GitHub projects. We are actively destroying those nasty information silos that pop up when you rely on third-party management tools that don't talk to your code.
We've all felt the pain of disconnected workflows, right? Developers update their code in one app, and project managers are running around chasing people to update tickets in a completely different app. It's pure friction. The fix is creating a single source of truth. By forcing planning discussions to happen exactly where the code lives and breathes, we guarantee that our progress reports are always 100% accurate.
Section 4, dynamic Kanban boards, visualizing the work. So, what does this actually look like day to day?
Enter GitHub Projects. It acts as this living, powerful, dynamic spreadsheet for the whole multidisciplinary team. You can structure your milestones perfectly for sprints. And here's a really cool fact. We build this governance based on the Rochdale cooperative principles, which were created way back in 1844. That means true democratic management. With these boards, a business analyst and a back-end engineer have the exact same level of visibility. No more black boxes, just total transparency.
Section 5, real-time automation, the magic of moving cards. Manually dragging cards across a screen is getting pretty old, right? Let's get to the absolute climax of Module 4.
I want you to picture this flow because it's brilliant. Step 1, a developer finishes a task, and their pull request is reviewed and merged into the main code. Step 2, the exact millisecond that happens, a pre-configured automation fires off in the background. Step 3, right there on the product manager's Kanban board, the associated issue card magically picks itself up and moves from in progress straight into the done column. No update emails, no check-in meetings. The card physically moves across the board, driven entirely by the code itself. Now that is connected planning.
Section 6. Eliminating silos. Let's talk about some actionable, strategic recommendations for your team to actually make this happen.
First up, you've got to be brave and entirely eliminate those parallel third-party management tools. Bring it all home to GitHub. Second, institute mandatory templates for issues and pull requests. These templates aren't just annoying bureaucracy. They act as educational guides that show users exactly what's needed to push work forward. Third, promote visual interfaces like GitHub Desktop. Seriously, forcing a talented UX designer to use a black and green command line is just a form of pedagogical exclusion. Give them visual tools. And finally, run technical retrospectives every couple of months to make sure your workflow stays incredibly healthy.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. When you look at your workflow tomorrow morning, ask yourself, are your current project management tools actually creating team alignment, or are they secretly just building more informational silos? Centralizing your planning right where your product is built isn't just some minor technical upgrade, it's the real key to cross-disciplinary collaboration. Think on that. Thanks so much for joining me for this visual analysis, and I'll see you next time.